Hello, VC. The Waxed here in a remote location. I'm still visiting the East Coast and I'm not buying any more records, but I wanted to show you my haul for the almost 2 weeks I've been back here visiting family. So there's several places I go. There's record stores like here in Northern Virginia in Falls Church. There's CD Seller. There's Vienna Music Exchange. Those are the two stores I went to around here. Then Hub Tunes in Hagerstown, Maryland, and Chuck's Rest in Peace, R.I.P. in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. But also I got a lot of good stuff from antique malls where they have booths with people selling vinyl records. So I want to show you my haul. I was also in West Virginia. I did go to a record store it's not Fremont, but it's near Fremont, West Virginia, called Variations, which has a nice selection. And in that area, West Virginia, there aren't too many record stores, but it was good. Let me show you the most unique thing and probably, a nice value. Something I'm looking for on vinyl, but I found on cassette. I found Buckingham Nicks on cassette, which... I guess this version, there really aren't any listed on Discogs. So, makes me want to pick up a, affordable cassette player and play cassette. So that was kind of cool. And these aren't in any particular order, so I'll say where I remember getting them. This was at an antique mall booth. This is a U.S. pressing of the Stones Black and Blue. There you go. Someone complained I don't hold them long enough. 1, 2. But I got a shitload of records to show, so I'm not going to get over it. Hit pause. There you go. This is a U.S. pressing. Very VG++ minty minusy. Cover's a little rough. But that's a good thing about hunting at these antique malls. You find something like this for not very much money. So, all right, this is a cool one. This is from a record store, Chuck's. This is an OG Dexter Gordon, blows hot and cool on Doot C. No, it's not on Doot. It's Dewtones. I guess Doot C. Williams is the guy. There you go. Deep groove, Dewtone. Cool record with, it says featuring Carl Perkins. There he is playing piano, not the other Carl Perkins. Leroy Vinegar, Chuck Thompson, and Jimmy Robinson on trumpet. Obviously, I didn't listen to any of these. I'm still on my trip, so no record player here. The Beatles rarities. I think I got this at an antique mall in Pennsylvania. From 1980. I've really never seen this before, but it says it's like different versions that never came out in the U.S. on the Capitol Rainbow. So 1980, I believe this came out, and nice pickup. Next is a replacement record. I have this Jackie McLean Hypnosis. One of the records of the one I currently have is very roughed up. The other is really nice. This is a mint minus. Again, you always find these with the cut off corners. I don't know how many came out that were actually sold to people. These are the great thing about these Blue Note Jazz Classic series from the mid 70s. These are records that never came out. They were shelved. This is on the blue label with the white B. I don't know. I don't think Van Gelder did any of these. No. So, but these things, a beautiful copy to replace the one I have. And these are getting expensive to find, but the guy gave me a good price on this. This is from Vienna Music Exchange. Another one from Vienna Music Exchange, not jazz, is the 3 o'clock 16 tambourines. They were part of the Paisley Underground or something, I think. I remember just seeing them open for Jellyfish, or Jellyfish opened for them. So this is before I think they got their major label deal. This might be their first album on Frontier Records. I don't have Grails. I have a list of ones I want. This is one I wanted. This is A Simple Matter of Conviction. It's the second album with Bill Evans, Shelly Manne, and Eddie Gomez. This is a German pressing on Verve. In beautiful shape. But that's the German Verve label. And I'm very excited because this is going way up in price. This was easily less than half of what it goes for. I paid for this. So I'm very happy. This was the Antique Mall pickup. Another Bill Evans I didn't have is a Fantasy. This is Bill Evans with Lee Konitz, Warren Marsh. It's the trio with Eddie Gomez and Elliot Zygmunt. Cross Currents on Fantasy. There's everyone on it, on the Fantasy label. There you go. I didn't have this one, so I'm happy to pick this up. I believe you don't go wrong with Bill Evans. There's not a bad one. Okay. This early 881 reissue of Joe Pass Simplicity. You know, these ugly covers. They're all the same, just with different text. But this is a minty shape on this kind of, I think, Liberty-owned Pacific Jazz at this point. So they put that out. Always loved Oscar Peterson, especially when I can find myself a minty OG. I believe this is a mono. Plays Cole Porter. And this is on that beautiful OG Verve label. This is not Deep Groove, but this is OG. So happy about this. Can't go wrong. Another OG mono Verve that it did not have is Side by Side, Johnny Hodges and Duke Ellington, and plus others. They had others playing with them. In this, I don't think this is an original sleeve. This is London Coliseum. But minty and that Verve. This is a mono. This is a Deep Groove. So nice. Sugar and Spice. Another OG oldie. Al Cohen and Zoot Sims. Al Cohen Quintet featuring Zoot Sims on Corel. This, look at that nice Corel label. If I turn it the other way. And Deep Groove. Beautiful. Minty condition. Someone just bought this and didn't play much, so happy for me to pick it up. Let me hold it again so you can pause and look at it at your leisure. Backside, pause and look at your leisure. I got too many records to show. This is a early 70s reissue of Phil Wood's 4 altos. It's Phil Woods, Gene Quill, Shahib, and Hal Stein. Also on here is Mal Waldron, who I love, Tommy Potter, and Louis Hayes. Still alive today in his 90s, drumming away. But this is not the same cover. And this is on that green, early 70s green Prestige label. Sometimes you get lucky, and I think for a period of time, Mr. Van Gelder was mastering these. I don't know. It appears not to be a Van Gelder mastered. But nonetheless, these usually sound beautiful. And an OG of this goes for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This was $8. So quite a difference to pick up an early 70s that they sound great. So I'm happy. It takes too long to put in the plastic. Got a lot of work to do here. All right. I see the Analog Productions reissue of this, but this is a minty Six Eye, Columbia. Look how could eat off of that, huh? So it's got a lot of my favorites. Count Basie, Billie Holiday, Henry Red Allen, Jimmy Giuffre Trio, who I've been collecting, Jimmy Russian, and Mal Waldron. This was the soundtrack for a TV special for CBS. I did it too fast, didn't I? This is a replace. I have this, another one of the Blue Note classic reissues. Horace Silver. This is awesome. It's just two different trios that were not released from the 50s, from the early 50s into 68. So it's Horace Silver, Gene Ramey, and Art Blakey, Curly Russell, Percy Heath, Doug Watkins, Lewis Hayes, Gene Taylor, John Harris Jr., Roy Brooks, and Billy Cobham. So these are various trios he played with. Very highly recommended. There you go. If you pick this up, they sound great. Mine, this is a Minty. The one I currently have is the EG-ish. That plays with noise. This is interesting. Count Basie's Best. Basie's Best. It's been a long week. Come on. Last night was New Year's. But this is cool. This is like a Columbia Special Products, but it's an OG. And it's still in the plastic that they used to put these in. But this thing looks gorgeous. Next. You gotta love Julie London, especially when she's playing with Bud Shank, Russ Freeman, Joe Pass, Monty Budwig, and Colin Bailey. And this is an OG Liberty. There you go. They always sound good. Gotta like the sexy Julie London when she's pining away. All right. You know who I'm talking about when I show this sucker. It's the Ice Castles. But what you don't find is with that hype sticker and a DJ promo sticker. Not for sale. The best $3 I ever spent. You see this? I can't believe that soundtrack was this popular that every place I go, I find a copy. It's hard to believe. Speaking of soundtracks, here's another one. Lovin' Spoonful. The soundtrack to Woody Allen's What's Up, Tiger Lily. If you've never seen this, you got to see it. But this is a Karma Sutra label? Look at that. It's kind of nice inner sleeve. Lovin' Spoonful. And on that Karma Sutra label, which is cool upside down. But on the other side, it's right side up. I can't win. There you go. Minty, minty fresh. This doesn't go for a lot. Just thought it was cool to pick it up. So, yeah. You know, that's where you go. You get these. All right. Let's not tear that up. Ruin the value. Okay. Grabbing over here. What's next? I'm just going to show quick. I picked up Donovan's Greatest Hits. This is a minty condition. You always find this roughed up. Never in good shape. Pretenders 2, their second album. This is a U.S. on Sire. You know, I'm going to go through some quick, but I'm slowly picking up all the Pretenders albums. Here's an old, I haven't labeled what it is, but it's an old U.S. pressing of Dark Side of the Moon. Is it a U.S.? You know what? Yeah, it is. Capital, Jacksonville. But it's the Gramophone Company, Harvest. So let's look at the label here. There you go. It's on Harvest. OG, but it doesn't have all the extra shit that comes with this. The stickers and shit. Okay, pause so you can look at your laser. Okay, here come more. This is awesome. I already have this, but it's an upgrade copy. The one I have is minty, but look at all these stickers on here. Grammy winner, hype sticker, best price. If you don't have this album, you need to get it. I know there's a Speaker's Corner everyone raves about, but these OGs sound phenomenal. So why pay all that money? You can usually find this for $10 or less. Highly recommend picking this up again. It's the soundtrack to a movie that they're in with Harvey Keitel about the music industry. That's the way of the world. Go see that movie. I'm sort of falling apart here. I've never really seen this Dylan record. Dylan, where he does all these covers. They're coming in. This is on a beautiful copy on the 360 label. I'm not even pull it out. I got too many records to show, but cool. All right. I don't have any Patti Smith. I picked up a Patti Smith Group album produced by Todd Rundgren. This one is Wave, which it says it right there, but I'm dumb and didn't look at it. This is on Warner or Arista. It's on Arista. Here's my confusion. That one had a Warner sticker on it, so I'm going to plead more, stupidity. But I have to tidy up this label with some rubber cement. Oh, wait, look what else is in here. Oh, I didn't notice this lyric sheet with a nice photo of Patti. That's cool. Well, it has this in it. There you go. Neato, Torpedo. Shows you how much I pay attention when I buy records. Here's a cool one. This, I think, is a bootleg from Taiwan. Dylan Volume 3. And let me take it out of here. This Taiwan bootleg. OG from the time. Look at that label. That speaks all kind of bootleg. But I'd be interested to hear this and see how it sounds. Bootleg from back in the 60s. So, interesting. Let me know if you have any of these Dylan bootlegs. How they sound. There you go. Okay, let's grab some more records over here. You can't go wrong with picking this up. Songs in the Key of Life. Stevie Wonder, Minty Copy. This is just an awesome record. It has all his hits on here. But this one does not have the 45 in it. Unless I was blinded by it, but let's see. So what you want when you pick this up is you want to make sure it has the booklet. This does. Sometimes this has a little notch in here for the 45. This one does not. So this does not have the 45. But it's on, the Tamiya, correct me, people. I poked so many holes in this pronouncing names. You can get me at will. All right, put the plastic on later. Next, we have a Swingville. The sub-labels from Prestige back in the day, where they kind of put older acts like Coleman Hawkins, Gene Ammons. This is Coleman Hawkins with Kenny Burrell and Ray Bryant. This is on an OG Swingville, Deep Groove. Beautiful. Let's see. This thing you could eat off of. It is so minty. And am I lucky enough to... It's a VRVG. It's a Van Gelder. This thing looks beautiful. Now, I do have some other... I have like a Moodsville OG. Little noisy. But I'm anxious to get this home and see how this sounds. And this wasn't that expensive. It was $10. So really cool. Neato. I've been collecting jazz soundtracks. I'm moving the curtain behind me. Nice to find this I Want to Live. Jerry Mulligan, Shelley Main, Art Farmer. Who else is on here? You got Bud Shank, Frank Rosalino, Pete Jolly, Red Mitchell. And these are all arranged by Johnny Mandel. So I've streamed this because I was considering buying it before this trip, and I found a copy. So I'm very happy. This is on United Artists. I'm picking and choosing what I pull out. All right, I already have this album. I have the Analog Productions 45 version that was repressed. And it sounds amazing. And I had an OG mono of this, sounded pretty amazing. This is a German only, it did not come out in the US, reissue of this. And it's Bill Evans, Monty Budwig. Actually, the other Bill Evans I showed you, this is the, that was Eddie Gomez. This is with Monty Budwig. And so this is, Empathy. Great album. Great. And let me pull this out. It's not the right label on this Verve recreated label. I want to say this is early 80s. But this, I have a bunch of these. But this was never pressed for the US. So interesting. This is not an OG Adam's Apple. This is a 70s repress from Clarion State College Music Department. It's got a stamp on there. What good it did for that, because it ended up in my hands. But this is a pretty spiffy looking Black Bead blue label 73 pressing. That looks very nice. And Rudy Van Gelder in the dead wax. So you can't go wrong. What I'm going to do is when I get home is I have the Classic Series reissue of this. I had a chance to buy Music Matters 33. I know I'm stupid. So I'm going to compare this to my Classic. See how it sounds. Maybe keep which one sounds better. I don't know. Not into having a bunch of copies of the same album. Great find. Shout out to Bob Bradley, who recommends picking up these Chess Master, the original Chess Jazz Master. This is Jazz Master, that Blues Masters. So I've been finding some Muddy Waters, Little Milton, and I found a Sonny Stitt. This was originally, I don't know if it was on Chess. Maybe it was on Argo. But this is a reissue in mint condition. I can't wait to get home and listen to that. I can't wait to get home to listen to a lot of these. I already have a copy. If you watch my videos, I did an opening of this album. But I found another copy of Sweet Love Bitter. This is a score for collecting jazz soundtracks of a movie. Mal Waldron did the music. It's Mal Waldron, Dave Burns, Alfred Durius, George Coleman, Charles Davis, George Dinaver, and Richard Davis. All on here on Impulse, original Impulse. I'm going to pull this one out just to show you the beautiful Impulse label there. So you can't go wrong. This is a great soundtrack, great jazz soundtrack. So I have more jazz soundtracks. I'll put the plastic on later, not wasting time. We're getting to the end, guys. I don't want to go a full half hour. Another jazz soundtrack, Sweet Smell of Success. It's Elmer Bernstein, but Chico Hamilton's in the movie. And there are 4 Chico Hamilton songs on the soundtrack on this beautiful Decca label. Gorgeous. So, nice. Another jazz soundtrack. Kenyon Hopkins is the Yellow Canary. The dangerous, look at Pat Boone, the dangerous Pat Boone. Look how dangerous he is. But on here, this is on Verve, is Lalo Safran, who did a lot of movie soundtracks. He plays piano in Zoot Sims, Kenny Burrell, Ed Shaughnessy, Clark Terry, and George Dinaver. Hinton is on here. And this is on Verve, like a nice, beautiful old Verve. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy about all these, right? Okay, next is an ECM digital recording. But look at this lineup on here. It's a Charlie Hayden album with Carla Bly, but Don Cherry, Sharon Freeman, Mick Goddard, Jack Jeffries. I know you can read these, but I'm just reading them. Michael Medler, Paul Motion, Jim Pepper, Dewey Redman, Steve Flagel, and Gary Valentine. I think I got that right. So nice, cool. It's a US ECM pressing. All right, a few more. Eric Kloss. I know he was a blind jazz saxophonist. Got started very young, like at 18. This is Grits and Gravy. They're not available of this on Discogs. He's on here with two different lineups. He's on here with Jackie Byard, Richard Davis, and Alan Dawson. And then he's here with Danny Black on the first half, Teddy Charles, Al Williams, Billy Butler, Ronnie Boykins, Robert Gregg, and there's a female vocal group accompanying them. But this is a beautiful, beautiful dark blue Prestige with, you guessed it, Rudy Van Gelder and the Deadwax. Pablo, a beautiful minty Basie's Jams 2 for $3 at the bargain bin. You got Benny Carter, Eddie Lockjaw Davis, Clark Terry, Al Gray, Joe Pass, John Hurd, and Louis Belson playing here with him. There you go. All right. We're going to show two more. Then I'm calling it quits. This ain't a bad last two. You have a nice old OG mono Riverside, Nep and Soul, Cannonball Adderley. It's a live show in Tokyo. You got him with Nat Adderley, Yusuf Lateef, Joe Wissell, Sam Jones, and Louis Hayes. Live in concert. Let me pull this out to show you the label. Old school, Deep Groove Riverside on that blue label. So I really want to listen to this. People have had nice comments to say about that one. Last one, and a great one for last one. This is a old school Jerry Mulligan and Chet Baker album called Timeless. And there's various different lineups on here with them. I know how you love me reading off the names, but let me just show you the old black high fidelity Pacific Jazz. This is a mono, and it makes no sense that this is West Coast. So no, Van Gelder had nothing to do with it, but a cool pickup on this one. This was in West Virginia at that Variations record store. So that's not everything I picked up, but what I wanted to show in less than a half hour. I think I did it. If you have something to say about one of the albums I showed, please leave a comment. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You could hit the notifications. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.